Hi guys, thanks for coming back. Now, a couple of weeks ago, no, actually I guess it was a couple of months ago, I told you that I wanted my first camping trip of the season to be a truck camping excursion. And then I proceeded not to go camping. One, I never told you why I wanted it to be truck camping. And so I guess I might as well fess up, okay? Now, the reason why I wanted to truck camp is because last year there was an incident, and I didn't tell you all, and it took me a couple of months to tell my family, because they've always worried about my camping by myself. There was a bear that actually came through the campground. And I'm busy in my camp doing stuff. The dog is snoozing in his little man cave, got a little fan on him. And I turn around and I see a couple of people looking at me. And I'm thinking, well, what the hell is their problem? And so I look back at them. The next thing I know, they're rushing towards me. And they're like, did you see the bear? Did you see the bear? I said, what bear? She goes, come here, come here, come here. And so we walk down to the access point, which allows you to, climb into the little river stream that we have running through, my favorite camp. And there is a bear in the middle of the stream, ambling to the other side, and then he ambles up the other side of the mountain. What he did was he came down the mountain on the other side, walked across the campground, hit the access point, went across the stream river, and then back up the other side of the mountain. Now, I've been camping at this particular campground for probably 5 years in that exact same spot, because it is the most picturesque, and you can hear the water gurgling, and you can see the little white caps. It's a great spot. Now, the owner said that they hadn't seen a bear on the property in 20 years, but this bear appears to me to know where he was going and know where that access point was. So yeah, and all of this was within 6 feet of my tent and my back being turned. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've felt a little certain kind of way about that since that happened. And that was the last time I camped last year. And that's why I said, I think I want to sleep in the truck. So, I told you all that to say this. Let's go camping. Morning, guys. It is day 2 of my camping trip. Yesterday, I just spent some time trying to get things organized, trying to figure out what would work, what wouldn't work. There were some fails, there was some wins. It's been a minute since I went camping. I couldn't get my backpacker shade tent up. Shade shelter that I used was advertised as easy enough for a child to put up by itself. And so I bought one. And it was, because if any of you camp, you know how hard it is to put up a easy up shade shelter by yourself. It's damn near impossible. So when I found those, and I'll put a picture here real quick, I was so happy. I bought 2, and if you've seen some of my previous videos, you've seen how I've used them. Well, yesterday I couldn't get the damn thing up. And so I realized that's another thing I'm going to have to take out of my arsenal. Part of the reason why I stopped using my Coleman pop-up tent is because I had a hard time getting it folded back into the disc, whereas previous years before I hurt my shoulder, it wasn't a problem. So as time has gone on and I have gotten older and I've started to have a physical mishap here or there, there's certain things I can no longer do when it comes to camping alone. And, that was a bit of a hard reality. I had to call my sister, okay? She's my lifeline. We fight all the time, but she's my lifeline. And she goes, well, Sheila, it's okay. And she goes, I mean, as long as you still want to do it, then make whatever changes you have to make to do it. It's okay. It's like yesterday, I bought a fake log to camp. A fake log. You know the kind you buy, you put in your fireplace at home? I bought one of those to camp. And I was so glad that I did, because with the shade shelter fail, that meant I had to deploy the awning on the truck, which, you know, actually has worked out very well. I'm glad I made it. It's really pretty easy for me to deploy. But once I deploy that, I can't move the truck. And it was hot as crap out here. The whole idea was to put up the small shade shelter so I have some place to sit, go ahead and get camp set up, go get some wood, and then come back. But I mean, I can't be sitting around in you know, beaming sunlight, so I had to go ahead and deploy this. And once I did that, I couldn't get wood. So I was really glad that I actually picked up that little fireplace log. And it was easy as crap. I mean, I didn't have to stack it. I didn't have to make any kindling to get it started. All I had to do was stick it in the fire thing and light it. I don't mean no harm. But that looks like my new future way to have a fire. You know, because I've done my time of starting fires with flint and steel. So I guess maybe I've earned the right to have it a little bit easier. So let me go ahead and get, I'm still waiting for my water to boil so I can make some coffee. And I realize I hate instant coffee with a passion. So yeah, I'm going to take the time and use the French press. What else? I made little thingies to go in the window so you can't see in. I mean, I didn't do a good job, but it worked. And if you look right here behind me, I did a new screen with real magnets. This time I went to Harbor Freight and got real magnets instead of little cutesy pie things that didn't work at Walmart. This worked out great. So I think I'll make one more screen window, but for the most part, I just want to block out the windows, have one screen, and I don't feel like getting up because I got a headache. You know, sleeping in a truck is fine, but it is a bit weird and cramped, and you got to keep figuring out ways to stretch your legs out. The only good thing about having arthritis is you no longer get leg cramps. So I was able to do all those weird configurations without getting the leg cramp. But I put a fan on the other side of that screen so it blew in fresh air. And of course, you know, I use my my little blue power station, which did a great job. Also, I'm glad I bought that because the plug-in thingy that you put into your car to charge your phone disintegrated in my hands. So I also had to use the power station to keep my phone charged. Right now I only got about 50% charge, but I wanted to go ahead and get started making some kind of video. So I'm going to have to put this back on charge. I'll bring you back when I make breakfast, but it's been a journey. The only aspects of the camping system that I still have, you know, from the past, and some new things that has absolutely worked 100%, easy peasy, you know, no problem, is the shower tent. Shower tent is up and running in less than 10 minutes. You know, and just the ability to be able to take a shower after struggling to get the rest of camp set up is just such a bonus. And so I'm thinking if I can get everything as efficient and as easy to manage as that shower system, then, you know, in all honesty, I want to be able to set up camp in a half an hour. So that's the thing that I am going to be sitting here pondering about today while I watch the water. Oh yeah, let me show you the water. There's also the spot that the bear went down to get to the other side to go up the mountain. And you saw how close it was to my shower tent. And right now where the picnic table is where I normally put my my tent cot. Let me show you real quick. So yeah, when the bear came through, I was actually at the fire pit, the campground fire pit, right beside the shower tent, bent over with my back turned, getting my fire prepped for when I was going to light it later on that evening. I absolutely did not see him or hear him. And you see how close he was to me. That's when they came over and went, oh my God, did you see it? It walked right past you. So yeah, I do want to sleep in the truck now, okay? I don't care how cramped it is, I'll work it out. And that blink, blink, blink of the security light, the blue light I have in my truck, oh my God, I got a headache this morning. So you know what, next time I come, I'm gonna bring me an eye mask, okay? But we will work this out because I love being here. I love being here. So I will see you all in a few minutes. Yep, he's finally happy. Well guys, looks like we're going to get a little storm. So I thought I better go ahead and start dinner early. I've got a little bit of perch here. Let's make sure the grease is ready. Oh, holy smoke! Let's get these boys in here. Ooh, I hope it doesn't bubble over. I think my picnic table is on a small slant. Where you at, Wolfie? What you doing? You sitting in the sun, little man? Are you sitting in the sun? I see you. Well, I think that they are fried pretty well. You know, I fried this in olive oil. So, you know, olive oil fries a little differently. Ooh. So you can see that. Now, I think ouch. Hey guys, I'm sorry, but I had to cut that short because we are getting ready to get a storm. But the fish came out great. I think I told you, maybe I didn't. I was supposed to make asparagus and wild rice. I'm just not going to do all that. I'm fine with the fish. One of the things I did want to tell you is now, I don't know what type of coolers you all have, but I don't have a Yeti. Okay? So I have basic Coleman's. I have two. A large one for my water and drinks and orange juice, stuff like that. And then a small one for my food. Ice only lasts 24 hours max. Usually if I put ice in, like yesterday I put ice in at 2 o'clock, and by 2 o'clock this afternoon it was pretty much water. What I normally do, let me get another piece of fish here, wait a minute. Cover that up so the flies don't get it. Is I bring these. Both of these I got at Walmart. They're from Ozark Trail. Walmart sells different varieties of these, and I've tried them all, but these are the two that really work well, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure they were between $20 and $30, still cheaper than a Yeti. Now this one doesn't have anything in it, because after I took the fish out, I still have a piece of steak that maybe I'll eat for breakfast in the morning. But because all the ice is pretty much melted, I drained the water out and filled it with this. This one still has ice in it, and I'll probably still have this ice until tomorrow morning. But that is the only way I can keep ice for my two night, 3-day camping trips. I have to bring supplemental ice because town is 10 miles away. And I'm not trying to drive all the way to town just to get ice. Whether my awning is deployed or not, I just don't want to do that. So you might want to think about a stainless steel something or other, just to keep your ice going if you're doing, more than an overnighter. So I'm gonna finish my fish. I did walk. Well, okay, I didn't walk. The owner came past and gave me a ride up to the wood pile, and I filled up a bag that I could carry comfortably back. And so I have wood for tonight's fire. I also gave her the backpack shade shelter and the extra chair, because at least I know they can use it here. Lots of times people come here and camping, and they're just so unprepared. So at least it's something she can loan somebody. But she was just so appreciative that I got my wood for free this trip and my next trip, which was kind of nice, So at least I know it's going to a good home, and I'll get to visit it once in a while. So let me finish my fish, and I'll see you all in a little bit. Well, guys, darkness caught up with me, but I thought I'd give you an update on my knees. Remember I told you I was supposed to start a prescription knee medication? Well, the insurance company declined it and told me I needed to try something over the counter first. Now, I've been doing over the counter for the last year and a half, but they suggested Bear Back and Body. And I told them I tried it, it didn't work. They asked me if I was using it correctly. Well, turns out I wasn't. Turns out eating something and waiting 10 or 15 minutes and then drinking a full glass of water, not a few gulps of water, but an entire 8 to 10 ounces of water, is what activates that medication. And since I've been doing it correctly, my knees feel so much better. Guys, this is the last day. As you can see, camp is already picked up. All I have to do is put the chair in the man cave and take the truck awning down, and that's all of 5 or 6 minutes, and we're out of here. It's been another great trip. I was able to purge a lot of things that I know I won't need to bring next time. I gave some things away, and I am really proud of what the truck looks like. Now, mind you, I still have a few things I haven't put in, but those things are small. But I'm really proud of how the truck looks. I'm really proud of the way I pared it down. And I slept really well last night. I'm getting used to this. So I know it's not the most exciting thing, but watching someone camp never really is exciting unless they're a bushcrafter and they're building some shit. But thank you all for joining me, and if you like, the next time I come, I'll actually show you the gear I'm using and how I put some of my stuff up. So you all have a blessed day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again. Bye.